Welcome back to the YouthRise Podcast, a platform dedicated to empowering youth voices through diverse topics of passion. I'm your host, Queeny Gong, and welcome to today's special episode, where I have the honor of speaking with Angie Zhang, a graduate of SFU's Computer Science program. Angie will be sharing her remarkable adoption story and her journey of reconnecting with her biological parents. Join us as we dive into Angie's deeply personal experience and listen to her powerful words that are sure to resonate with many, especially the youth of today. We're excited to have you here with me today, but to get started, can you first just do a little self-introduction for all the listeners at home? You can share just anything such as your hobbies or any fun facts you'd like other people to know.
Okay. Do you want me to talk about I find my biological parents part, or just very simple introduction? Why?
It could be like a simple introduction, as like the following questions are going to be more specific, tailored to your personal journey.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Angie Zhang, and I have been living in Vancouver for over 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
I was a judge in China. I was a bookkeeper in USA, and here in Vancouver, I graduated from SFU. I became a software developer and senior software developer.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm a realtor and a property manager.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still a software developer. We're developing a lot of software and real estate related stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and recently I got my Alberta license as well. So for me, I have been trying to set up goals. Once I achieve it, I set up another few years goal, and I always try my best to study and try my best to achieve my goal.
That sounds so amazing. I see that you're very busy. You have a lot of things on your plate, but I feel like that's a very interesting, like you keep your life very interesting. You're always doing something that you enjoy, and I love that. And just to dive deep into today's topic, like you said before, it kind of revolves around your personal journey. So how about to begin, would you like to share your adoption story? Sorry.
Yeah, sure. Actually, I post my story in Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I think there are over 5,000 viewers
Oh.
in Facebook. A lot of people and send me a private message. Actually, 20 days after I was born in 1970s, because of no food. They are very poor. My biological parents were very poor. I was born in south of China, Zhejiang province.
Mm-hmm.
I was 2 days very poor. They don't have food. So just 20 days after I was born, my father put me in a basket. And then he put the basket on the street in the winter in December. The reason he put the basket on the street and, privately, because he doesn't want to let other people know he abandoned, their own child.
Mm-hmm.
And in China, if you get rid of your own child, you could be in the prison.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's why he put me in the dark, for the whole night. And then the next day, I think a good heart person picked me up, sent me to the orphanage.
Mm-hmm.
So I was there for a few months. They in the organization they gave me I think a foster family. So I stayed with that family for just a few months, and then my parents from north of China take the train all the way go to south of China and to adopt me.
Mm-hmm.
So, and when my parents who adopted me, I was just 5 months old.
Mm.
Yeah,
Wow.
since then I grew up in North China. That's why my character is I have both, and some south part of China and north part of China, and also the food, for example. And I can eat both sides. I don't feel any difference.
Oh wow, that's that's pretty funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow, okay, that's a very like I feel like I've heard of these stories before, but it's like something I've always seen like in books or in movies, and to like hear it from like an actual person that experienced this, I feel like it's so amazing that you were able to grow from that from like such a small age, being like put into a basket and then adopted by a loving family and being able to grow to who you are today. I think that's so amazing. But what led you to specifically to start searching for your biological parents? Was there like a specific moment or event that kind of triggered your decision to go looking for them?
Oh yeah. So that's because my after we came here, we actually came to Canada since 1999. Okay, and then in 2004, I helped my parents immigrate here. And my sister also being adopted by my parents. There is one point, and six of us living in the one household and with no blood relationship, but we are the closest family, which including me, my husband, my parents who adopt me, my sister, and my brother-in-law. We all live in the same household, and we all have no blood relationship at all. But we are
Wow.
the closest
Ah,
family.
yeah.
Yeah. So I helped my parents immigrate in here 2004. Unfortunately, my mother got a terminal lung cancer once being diagnosed, and just within 3 months after the diagnosis, and she passed away. And of course, meantime, my little baby, which is 7 months inside my belly, also died from a similar disease, also also lung cancer, something like that. But it's not really lung cancer, but something like that. The doctor said only one out of 600,000 babies will have this disease. Unfortunately, my baby has this disease, and he said that they were likely, inherit from the parents, right?
Yeah.
From that moment, I want to know my root. I want to know if I have a further disease, if
Yeah.
I have other problems. Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to know my health, and to see if my genes any problems, and. 1.5 years later, 2009, my father died from a heart attack. So after my father died, before my father died, I feel if I started to looking for my biological parents, I may hurt my father's feeling, right? I
Yeah.
did not look for my biological parents right away. So once my father died, I started to looking for my biological parents, which is 2009.
Yeah, I see. So it was like really revolved around like health reasons just to kind of know if it was inherited from like your biological parents, correct?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And also for me, my health, I always sick all the time since I was small, and so I also want to know if I have further disease or not, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just curious to know the root, who I am, where I'm from.
Yeah, for
Why,
sure.
why this threw me out?
Yeah, for sure. I totally agree with that. And like this whole journey of like finding your biological parents, how was it like navigating the emotional journey? Because I bet it was like it was super tiring, probably a very long process to find your biological parents, because you had no previous connection with them, correct? So how was that like for you?
Yeah, so we are looking for my biological parents, and I try to find any possibilities. It's sometimes I feel it's like find a needle in the ocean, right? You have nowhere to know. You don't know anything. So it's so difficult. So I started to look for biological parents since 2009, and I went back to China a few times. I also connect with the TV, very famous TV show in Beijing, broadcast. I mean the TV, what's it called? The government TV. Right. And I also ask a lot of reporters to help me. And there's some, program, they just help the kids looking for their biological parents. I also joined that one as well. But unfortunately, nothing happened until 2004. One day, my husband's brother called us saying, someone, oh, by the way, I am broadcast in China and all over the place. I post my information, I post my photos, post my information to the marketplace, a lot of places, but no any, news until 2014. And I suddenly got a call from my husband, brother, saying someone said maybe my biological parents, because they have a similar teeth as me, got a big hole here, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm so excited. I want to know if that's, any relationship, or maybe I found them. My husband also so curious. He's more curious than me.
Yeah.
He took my DNA sample, and he went back to China, and we did the DNA test. Before the DNA test result come out, my husband already feel, oh my God, that's your family. So the teeth is so similar. And he saw the, sister, and saw the father. He already think they are my biological parents. So they are so close. They invite for lunch and dinner, and then the next day, and the sister and the brother-in-law took my husband to their own hometown, which is a small town, okay? Took him to the hometown. They treat him like, like a son-in-law. This special treatment like a son-in-law, okay? And they said, oh, we are definitely, should be the same family. But one thing my husband also mentioned to me, even the sister and the father were like me, but the younger sister and the mother is totally different from me. Okay. He said, hopefully it's your biological parents. Unfortunately, after he came back, and the DNA result came out, which have no relationship at all. Zero relationship. We're no relationship. We're both of us so disappointed. We have nothing in common. And then we we still continue looking, and but no news at all until 2022. 2022, we know it's a COVID period, right? And I have been I had 4 times COVID immunization shot, but I caught the COVID 5 times. And there are 3 times I feel I'm dying because it's so difficult to breathe. I mean, something hurt my lung. I have difficulty to breathe. And also I lost all the taste. There is some harm to my brain and to my body as well. So I went to see the doctor the last time when I caught the COVID, and the doctor said, if you caught COVID so many times, why you take the immunization shot? That means the immunization shot has, no use for you. Right, and he said maybe you have some gene problems. Why you got so many times? Normally, when people taking, even when COVID immunization shots, they will not get the COVID, right? I have so many, and he said maybe you have inherit something from your parents' genes or something like that. He said, how about them? I said I was adopted. I have no way to know how about them, if they got any COVID or not. So from that moment, I have really, really eager to know who I am, why I got so many times of COVID. So I contact more people in China, ask them to refer me more people to see if I can find who I am. And luckily, I had a connection with a policeman. The police, referred me to another place. And then the police asked me, I actually had a conversation with that police. I said, after I came out to Canada, after my parents died, I feel I have no root, no relationship with China. I haven't been back to China for a while, for many years. I said, I really want to know if my biological parents or they are still alive, and if I have any brothers, sisters, right? And the police asked me to provide him a lot of my photos. I give them a lot of my photos. Oh, by the way, on January 1st, it's normally on the holiday, the New Year. We make a wish, and I always make a wish on the holiday, like New Year Day. I made a wish, and I also pray God to help me find my biological parents. I prayed, for a while, and I feel some confidence. I feel God will help me. So. And then I passed all the photos to the police, January, and February. The police told me they may find, someone, my biological parents, but they did need the DNA test. Yeah, I already have my sample. So they did a DNA test no, not yet. Okay, and the police helped me did the facial recognition first. Because I passed all my photos to the police, and they did a facial recognition, and they find 200 families who has a similar face like me. And from these 200 families, the police called the family one by one. Okay, try to narrow down if any of them potentially my biological parents. And from these 200 families, they find 2 to 3 families, I think maybe 3 families, who threw their kids out at my age. Okay. And then they called the 3 families, and they went to the 3 families, did the DNA test, and finally we find a match, which match exactly with my DNA. That's how I find out, who my biological parents are. Actually, after I find the biological parents, we the police helped me to do the online meeting. Online meeting, like Zoom meeting. I was able to see who they are. They are able to see who I am. That meeting. During that meeting, and my brother told me why they threw me out, and how proud they are. But when they told me they threw me out only after 20 days after I was born, I was so difficult to forgive them. For the first month, for the first week, actually, I have been crying for the whole week. I always imagine like a little baby like me, only 20 days old, and being thrown out on the cold, in the cold, right, on the street, and I could be eaten by the dog. I could be dying from hungry. I could be dying from the cold, right? There are many possibilities you could die. I may be taken by the bad people. Yeah. So for the first week, I feel I cannot, forgive them, and I just feel so difficult to forgive them, and I cried so hard. But I just one night, I think a week later, I still feel very, upset, and somehow I had a dream, and the dream this is a real dream, and I feel the God word. I'm a Christian, that's why I can sometimes feeling the God told me something, right? And I heard the God word saying, because God can forgive us and we are in sin, and why we cannot forgive others, even they made mistakes, even they did wrong things, and we should be, open heart to always positive to see something, not a negative to see something. We should learn how to forgive someone and instead of hate someone. If you hate someone and your heart, you will be very upset for the whole life. If you learn how to forgive someone, you will be open heart, and you will be happier because you get more love from the parents and brothers sisters, right?
Yeah.
That's why I learned to open my heart. I learned to forgive them. I learned to welcome them. Yeah, coming back to see them as well.
Wow, that was a very interesting story, and I really enjoyed all the little details that you talked about, and I definitely think that it was quite a long and maybe tedious process, but the ending result was definitely very fulfilling, and you definitely look very happy now that you found your biological parents and your roots as well. And I think that sort of kind of connects to your own personal identity, and I think that's also very important to have for any individual. But you did talk about near the end how like initially you felt really hurt by your like the what your biological like family said about like throwing you out very early on in your life, and then you talked about how you really connected with God and you had this revelation that you should really open your heart. So how has your relationship with your biological family evolved since that time, since after having this thinking and this new mindset?
Yeah, so then the first time we did a Zoom online to meet them, right?
Yeah.
Actually, my father died already,
Oh.
and I was told that my father had been starting to looking for me since 2006.
Okay.
Yeah, so he started to look for me, and in order to find me, he actually find a job in Shandong province where I grew up. Yeah. So because 2006 and I already in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Of course he will not find me. But I heard he has been looking for me. And after I found them, and the first time online, and then in last year, the end of August and September, I went back. No, I think it's September. Sorry, September 12th. I went back to China, meet them, and my sister-in-law, they all went to the Shanghai airport and pick me up.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, we just when we first meet, and we just feel almost never been separated before.
Yeah.
We are so close, something like that. But when I went to China to meet them on the airplane, I could not sleep for at least 3 nights. Because I was so nervous, I was kind of stressful, I don't know what they will treat me, I don't know what I'm going to face, so I could not sleep and nervous of all kind of things thinking. I could not sleep for the 3 nights, and then even on the airplane, because I was kind of really, really kind of stressed out. And my husband told me, okay, if you could not sleep, I think you on the airplane you can sleep a little bit to get you feel better, right? I said, how about if I still cannot sleep? He said, you can actually get red wine in the on the airplane, and they offer red wine. I don't really drink any alcohol, and he said that red wine may make me sleepy, right? So I'm thinking, I need to sleep a little bit. Otherwise, if they pick me up, ask me to say something, and I could be wrong because I did not sleep for a few days, right? So on the airplane, after eat the food, I asked for red wine. I had asked for red wine, and then I drink a little bit. I could not sleep, and then later on I drink the whole bottle.
Oh.
After I drink the whole bottle, still try to sleep and close the eye, stay there for half hour. My brain just like this. Yeah, still could not sleep. Yeah, and I think until we reach Shanghai, I did not sleep at all.
Oh no.
But on the airplane, even I did not sleep, but on the airplane, I think about my parents, think about my brothers, sisters. They have, I have 3 brothers, sisters. So my older brother, one young brother, and one older sister. When I was on the airplane, I think, why my parents just get rid of me instead of other brothers, sisters, and thinking a lot of bad things, and I cried 2 hours on the airplane.
I see.
Yeah, I cried, and then suddenly. I feel, I shouldn't, cry anymore. I need to learn how to, relax and learn how to love others, learn how to forgive others like God forgive us. So I did not sleep, and after I met my brothers, still felt very, connected. And then my brother took me to our hometown where I was born. And we get there, the police already there. They made a red carpet, long red carpet. And so I walk on the red carpet, and they took videos, photos, and there are a lot of TV reporters. They're all there, and so many people around. Yeah, they all welcome me, and yeah, my mom come out and welcome me, and we met in the middle of the red carpet. We hugged each other. My mom kind of teared. I guess I was crying for too much, and I could not. I didn't have a tear anymore. Yeah, but still feel happy. And so once we arrived home, all the reporters came with us, and when I sit there, and those reporters started to ask me questions, and those questions, it's not like us, right? We do the no other people listen, but when they ask the questions, they directly broadcasting at the same time.
So
I didn't know that. Nobody tell me that. Yeah. And after we finished the interview, they told me actually it broadcast at the same time when I was answer. Yeah, the good thing is when I answer all the questions, I just feel my brain is not my brain anymore. It's someone give me the power. So no matter which kind of questions they ask, I can always reply very smoothly, even after 3 or 4 days did not sleep. Which that's why I feel very surprised. I feel the brain is not my brain. When I talk, it's not my talk. Someone give me the power to talk. Yeah. So I think the place made around 30 episodes about my story. They try to encourage others, try to help others. Even I have so many difficult times, I'm still happy. I still try my best toward my goal, right? And my story actually helped a lot of people who got depression. Even they got depression, I don't think their life is much worse than mine. Yeah.
Yeah, I see. Like throughout your story, you really talked about the unconditional support that you got. Like initially it was from like the TV media for like initially helping you search for your biological parents. Then it was the police who really helped with like the face recognition, and then also of course like the support that you have from the community itself to really go searching for them. So what role did that really play overall in helping you through this whole process, and what do you think about it? Because I think at the end you talked about like the police giving you the red carpet and like so many people there to support you. That must have really meant something to you. Would you like to kind of share more about that?
Oh yeah, like the police, like without the police, I will never find my biological parents for sure, right? And yeah, I really appreciate them. And the next day, I actually went to the police station. I give them thank you, big flag. I
Yeah.
have all the wording to show my appreciation. And also I sign up myself as a volunteer to be the connection between China and overseas.
Yeah.
Yeah, no matter which country, as long as they speak English, I will be the translator and the connection between the place, and overseas. So we help Ireland, we help the whole, UK, and we help Australia, USA. I helped 12 of them already.
Mm. Wow.
All volunteer.
I
Yeah,
see.
no payment, volunteer job. I just feel myself kind of is very useful because I help others find their biological parents, and I'm very proud of myself to do this kind of volunteer
Mm.
job.
Yeah, that's amazing. That sounds like very impactful work itself. And I'm guessing it's sort of like a nonprofit where you just work based on volunteering and helping others. And it's
Yeah,
amazing because you have also like your own personal story to tell, and you've been through it yourself. So I feel like that gives like the most amount of experience to help others as well. So yeah, that's amazing. And
yeah,
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 we can, like,
yeah.
mhm,
Yeah, we're also like after I came back, and they actually in China they have a very popular media called Douyin.
yeah.
I also after I came back, I also made my own Douyin, and I asked the people who are looking for their biological parents. I ask them to send me the materials, and I made a video for them and published on my Douyin to help those people find their biological parents as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's amazing. I think leveraging social media is a great way. Like for Canada, I think the Canadian or American version of Douyin would be TikTok. So it's
yeah,
like very similar, and it's really easy to reach out. I think a lot of people are on that app. So yeah, that's great.
yeah, yeah. And to be honest, my feeling is whenever you give others something, and you will get happiness, right? Um, for example, the money will not make people super happy, but giving to others will make people feel super achievement and the happiness.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think I've learned a lot through that as well through my work that it's really about impact and helping others, that your heart really feels full and you feel happy with what you're doing. And sometimes like work that revolves around money can be quite stressful, and it's just a very different type of work, I believe. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah, and actually, I was very interested in understanding more about this, but at the very beginning, you talked about how, like, your adopted parents were from the north, and then your biological parents are from the south of China, correct?
Yes.
So there's really a big difference between these two places within China. So did you really have any challenges in blending these two, like different family histories and dynamics, or like the culture might be different as well. So did you face any challenges regarding this?
Uh, yeah, there are some differences, and in north of China, like people, for example, when I talk to people and I say stuff
Mm-hmm.
very strictly,
Mm-hmm.
and instead of very, when you talk to people, some people say, and not a strict, direct, and let people guess what you are thinking and to
Yeah.
do what they want you to do, right?
Yeah.
But in north of China, we just are very strict, direct. Whatever I think, I will say that the
Mm-hmm.
same thing coming out of my mouth. But in south of China, I think they are very polite. They don't want to show very strict stuff right away.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I feel the difference. And another thing, they like the food. The food definitely different. Quite different.
Mm-hmm.
In the north of China, they eat more salty stuff, and south of China, very little salty stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and also the culture, and they are different as well. And yeah, I feel there are some differences. And when I visit my parents, and they actually let me to go to visit my like visit my uncles, my relatives, all the close by relatives, visit them all. Um, yeah, I feel kind of different feeling from north of China.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm because my parents gave me birth, I feel connected, but sometimes I feel some of the relatives are not that close. Maybe I did not go back too many times. I think if I go back 2 times, get to know them well,
Mm-hmm.
maybe I will have the same, connection and the feeling of the close relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I think it's all about time and just more quality time with them. And I think over time that connection will definitely be formed. And maybe you'll see that you kind of like both cultures blended together, and you'll enjoy having these various different types of like food, different types of like dialects as well. I think that's also perhaps different. So yeah, I think it's all about time. Mm.
Yeah, when I met my met my mother and sister brothers, and I was surprised how similar we are. We are really have a very similar
Mm-hmm.
personality and face, and how we look, how we do things, even walk, even we have the same style of walk.
Oh.
It's very interesting, and I stayed there with them for 12 days.
Mm.
And when I stay there, I just feel, oh my gosh, it looked like somehow maybe it's the genes, maybe we have the same blood. Somehow you feel connected, don't feel like a stranger.
Yeah, that's amazing to like hear about, because usually like if it's amazing that even though you guys are separated, you guys still have so many similarities with each other, because sometimes a lot of these like habits you learn from your parents while you're growing up, but even though you didn't have that experience, you're still able to have so many similarities with your siblings, and I think that's something pretty interesting to learn about. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And also after I find my biological parents, and my brothers say that they want to, thanks to my parents who adopted me, and my sister and my sister-in-law, they all came to my village where
Mm-hmm.
I grew up, and they went to see the relatives I have in the Shandong province hometown. Yeah,
Mm.
and also we visited my aunts, my aunt and my uncles, and all those relatives in Shandong province. We had a lunch with them, and they want to show them how they appreciate the relatives in North China who give me the who feed me and give me life, right? And otherwise I could die already. But I think that there are not only me, there are many kids and died from hungry, or even the kids who were adopted. And some parents don't let those kids go to school, or maybe they are not rich enough to let their kids go to school. Even in my hometown, there are 5 of us adopted by 4 families, but 4 of them never they did not go to school.
I
Yeah, so
see.
I'm the one who is very lucky. I really feel I'm lucky, and I really appreciate the people around me. So
Yeah, wow, that's amazing. And to kind of conclude, like what message or advice would you kind of like to share with others who are kind of who are in the same position that you were in, and they're kind of also in search of their biological families?
yeah, I think as long as you set up a goal and you work hard toward your goal, and you will find it. And also, and for the people who are searching their biological parents, and they can contact you, or you can pass their information to me. I can help them. I can be the bridge, help them to find their biological parents. And also, I always believe everything is possible. Everything is possible. Even myself, like I'm in Canada, and it look like impossible, but the dream came true, right? You need to have a dream, and you need to believe everything is possible. If you put the effort in. Yeah,
Yeah.
another thing I want to say, like no matter how difficult you are currently, and the bad thing will pass, the good thing will come in. Always be strong on yourself, and you want to welcome the positive side, and you want to welcome the bright.
Wow, such nice and empowering words. Thank you so much for that. I think like anyone should hear these words, and I think they're very amazing to hear from you. And
Oh,
yeah.
thank you, thank you.
Yeah, I feel like we kind of went through a lot of what I kind of planned out today, and I really enjoyed even myself to listen to your story. I think it was very heartfelt and amazing, and I think it'll touch a lot of people's hearts, even if they don't even if they aren't adopted or relate to your story. I think this is such an empowering story just to hear itself. And yeah, thank you so much for coming today. Would you like to share any other words, or are we
Yeah,
okay?
I want to say like
Yeah.
from my story you can see I have been like different places and different jobs, and during those different places or jobs, there are so many people helped me on my way. No matter
Okay.
which kind of situation, they all help me, right? Even some strangers help me, in
Yeah.
different way. And I want to say I want to help others as well, like others help me. I want to right now I actually help over 20 students find the jobs, because I was the IT, right? And those are all volunteer, right? And also I sometimes I help people and do what they call a matchmaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, I feel wherever I can help others, and others' happiness will make me feel achievement. I'm happy as well. No matter in which way, I want to, always help others. I think people should feel, help others definitely will make you happier.
Yeah. What a specific and strong goal. I think that's a very good goal to have in mind, and to really have your mindset stay on that goal. I think that's just so great. Yeah, but yeah, thank you so much for all of your wise and kind words as well. I think you said some like very amazing things today that will really stay even in my mind for a long time, and probably the minds of the listeners as well. But yeah, thank you so much for taking your time to come here today and sharing your whole journey. And I think it was so great to hear from you.
Thank you very much.